Call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. Okay, minutes from previous meeting, February 11th, 2013. Anybody see anything, concerns, changes, additions? Okay. I need a motion to accept the minutes from the February 11th meeting.
I'll make it.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Treasurer's report, RCSI and RCA.
Currently in the bank, 280, almost 187,000. And deposits since our last meeting, 95,790. And then payments, should be absolutely no surprises in this. Teachers' retirement fund and the public employees' retirement fund, that's over the next 3 months in actuality, because they get paid per pay instead of per quarter now. This is what I was projecting for the quarter, which will take us through the end of June.
Do we own our dishwasher? I see that repair from B&B. Do we?
Yes.
We own it? Still use it?
Yeah. And I have no idea what the dishwasher repair will be. I just know the guy had to come down and adjust the arm and replace a tube and whatever.
Yeah.
So I just kind of guessed.
Estimated, yeah.
Because he came from Care Hope, so.
Sure.
Don't know. It'd be $95 for all I know. It could be $325.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing 200.
Any other questions? We need a motion to accept the treasurer's report.
I'll make it.
Need a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Membership applications?
We got Kevin and Debbie Francis, Gerald Rickard, Bob and Paula Goff, and Nancy Cox. And we need your on that.
Yeah, I wondered about that tonight.
And then, now have you got
Probably
yours?
to do that.
Yeah, you need to do that too. And so do you.
Okay. Approval of agenda? Of any items?
We need to
that
accept, we need to do
Oh,
those.
sorry. Need a motion to accept new membership applications.
I'll make it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, Mandy.
You're welcome.
Approval of agenda. Any new items to add or table?
I'm looking at last week's.
Okay, old business and policy for the indoor air quality we need to discuss.
I'm not asking for approval tonight because we're not in a hurry to do this. But we do need to go over it and just briefly, you can all read it for yourselves, but you have to assign an indoor air quality coordinator. And since I'm in charge of the bathrooms and everything else, we might as well make it me. And I'm not kidding you. Every little thing that happens, the toilet doesn't run, the top toilet's running over. So we'll just do that. And then state inspector, the Department of Health is the one who could come in and inspect things. So we have to allow them. I divided this into sections of housekeeping, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, allergens and irritants. And I think that basically covers everything. And then we've stuck everything within those 3 areas.
Why
And-
does it say protect you?
Huh?
Should it say protect you?
Where?
And housekeeping A, chemicals A. Protect you.
Protect well, I guess it should say protect staff and students. Right?
Yeah.
And of course I gleaned from every place I could glean from.
Right.
And, but housekeeping, if we talk about the chemicals that Rhonda uses and that obviously somebody could use within a classroom, and then we trash and recycling, dusting, sweeping, mopping and vacuuming, and carpet cleaning, and then obviously mold and water damage. She's the one that's probably going to find the majority of these things anyway. So as we look at each one of those things, we just put it under housekeeping because that all has to do with dirt and bugs and everything else that you can think of.
You got the reading the last one too.
The last one.
An L. Says we should use. We could just use integrated.
Yeah. Great.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Do we have to keep like a material with that safety sheet?
We do.
Okay.
We've got a book back in the boiler area, which is where the chemicals are stored, because they can't be stored anywhere, in the kitchen, and around food, anything. Learned a lot over the years, and we
Yeah.
never wanted to know. Then the HVAC, they call it. And by the way, the inspector was in regarding our boiler and our water heating, water heaters, those kind of things, which they do an annual inspection. We're cleared, everything's good. And you know, they look for whether or not we need routine maintenance on that, but obviously with the bills we paid for grades, we're getting plenty of routine maintenance on them.
Who does the inspection?
There is a state inspector, or you can get somebody who's qualified and licensed under your insurance company. And it doesn't cost you, $140, so we go with him. And he's well known throughout the school and other government buildings. His name's Eric Ross. He travels around and does that. And then the room temperature, we got an old building here, and I hear, I get emails, hey, my room's cold, hey, my room's hot. It's constant. They want to mess with the thermostats. We don't want them to mess with the thermostats. It's one whole integrated system. And obviously some areas may be a little hotter, a little cooler than the others. But on the whole, I think we maintain, we try to keep everybody comfortable. And it does take a few hours to adjust whenever we've got problems. Allergens and irritants. As we look at candles, the ozone things that you can keep in your classroom, plants, animals. Those are the areas that, produce asthma and breathing problems for people. So those areas are what's been discussed in that area. So if you guys would, if you think of anything else, I've read the law, gone through the law, and tried to incorporate things that are in it within this, and yet making it much more simpler, I think. So just need input from you guys, or corrections, grammatical
Aquariums
corrections.
are not, that's just a fish.
Mhm.
So then it just says, it needs to say fish and not their animals.
Well, there could be,
Well, there could be lizards in an aquarium.
and also there
That's
could
not
be
allowed.
turtles, I suppose.
That's still a reptile. Reptile can, I don't know. We
Reptiles aren't
don't-
supposed to be in here.
Well,
According to this, we'd
well,
have
that's a
no
reptile.
furred, feathered, or reptilian animals.
Isn't
Isn't it
a
sad we
turtle
can't
a
handle-
reptile?
Probably.
Can't you just put fish or
And
turtles?
fish.
You don't wanna have animals up in there,
No,
cause then that means
I
you could
agree.
bring an animal and put it in an aquarium and it's okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
You are correct. Okay. So anyway,
So do we need to, say that we want to put you in as the indoor air? Do we need to make a motion for that? Or
no,
we're just
because you're not
saying-
passing this at
Gotcha.
that time anyway, so whenever it's passed, that would mean you would be approving that. And only because somebody else wants it, so somebody's gotta do it, alright?
You'd be good.
Yeah, that would be me,
Okay,
yeah.
so it's presented at this meeting, so we can do it next meeting.
Next week.
Awesome.
Okay.
You got those changes then?
Yes, I did.
Perfect.
And there may be more, you may have to let me know.
I will. All right, put it on. Rest of it.
Review of facility grant.
Guys, it's been hard. I know one gave it to us like 3 weeks ago. and to try to get all of the estimates in, and it's due Friday. So this is what I've come up with, and I have talked to all of these people. I mean, I have all of the numbers in the right place yet, but they're working on them, and I keep calling every day. We can apply $6,000 rent. We can, we're gonna put our volleyball lines down on the floor. We've got a company coming in to repair windows, and the windows on the west side of the building need caulked. They are kind of dripping around the edges a little bit. Now, those were new windows in '89, but you know, things happen.
Well, it's
Right.
24 years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it has been. So, then we're also looking at some kind of an infrastructure for a voice over internet protocol, wireless, all that stuff. That costs switches. I mean, they're very expensive. So we're looking at doing all of that.
What's that mean?
Huh? Pardon?
Instead of this, what you have now to contact people, you would do that?
Well, what we're looking at is like the Wi-Fi for the computers. Once you get the Wi-Fi, we're talking about the infrastructure of it, not buying actual computers,
Right.
not buying phones. Then you can do a voice over internet protocol, which is your phone system. We have cordless phones that we've had for 9
Right.
years.
So that would only be in, are the teachers gonna get phones?
No,
Why not?
no.
Well, I'm just saying, if there was an issue,
Yeah.
it makes it so much, especially
We
on
will
the
have,
top floor.
we will have on the communication system, there would be something that has, well, no, we've got phones up there. Because we want them to be teaching, not doing that, and most of the time, we tell people, they're in class right now, can they call you over to lunch hour, the
Right.
prep period, big deal. And if it was a family member and something's going up, I'm gonna page Connie, I'm gonna call Connie, take the phone down to Ginger, or whoever,
Right.
okay? But we've got 2 phones upstairs,
Okay. I
we've got
forget
2 or
that
3
there's
here,
Library. and-
we've got 2 down here, that's enough.
Okay.
And I'm afraid that, you know, I think people could abuse it. Besides that, they've all got their cell phones on anyway. You know, if they really needed to, not that they could get out.
They have AT&T, they can. There's my plug, is this recording? Send me my check, AT&T.
So anyway, so we're looking at a system, and we're looking at the infrastructure for that system. That does not mean buying any computers, buying any telephones, or buying any kind of PA system. But we have talked to PA people. Part of the wiring is in this for a new PA system. The PA system would have, just like they do now, they've got panic buttons in the rooms, and they can call down here. And if it was working properly, we could notify a teacher that they've got a phone call that
But
way
it doesn't
instead of,
work.
does not work properly because the PA system in the office, we have to baby it,
How old is it?
unplug it,
I know, that's
plug it
not
in, I'd say 30 years. 30 years
Whoa.
old. Still works, if you listen real carefully.
was here a long time ago.
Yeah. So, you know, we gotta look at trying to do something, and I know that the voice over internet protocol, if we work this right, it would be E-ratable, which would really be nice.
Mhm.
So we're looking at that. I wish we'd have known about E-rate a long, long time ago. Okay, sweating pipes. Up above in this infrastructure, when they, in 1989, when they put $2 million in this building, they put up new heating, they put in a new boiler system and all new lines going in here. These lines are so well insulated. I mean, it's obviously a commercial job. But some of the lines had to be supported by these thin straps. They are steel, but they are thin straps. Eventually, as I understand it, the insulation from these, only in the air conditioning system now, eventually the insulation will get cold. And when it gets cold, it makes those things sweat. When they sweat, you get things like that. Do you see that over there? We have to pull that up, see if there's a pipe there. Or there's abutments with these pipes, because there's obviously not one continuous pipe, that we're gonna have to go in and actually put some spray insulation in. And we've got a company that's gonna do that for us. And it needs to be done throughout the building. We've got a lot of places that have got bad places in the ceiling tile, and you can tell it's from the sweating pipes because we've been on ladders and Jim's been up there looking. So, that's another thing, that's a biggie. Playground equipment, probably not. But if I have anything left over, that would be the quick and easy thing to use it on. Video equipment, probably not, because we're not gonna be able to purchase video equipment. If we get the wiring done for it, we might be able to do something with it. We do have to have new carpet on the entrance steps and cove base in the gymnasium and out here in this lower hall. So we're gonna replace all that cove base. Then these are things I contacted all the staff and said, what do you need in your room? What would you like to have done? What do you see that needs to be done? And these are a list of things that they came up with that needs to be done. Now, all these confines of this had to fit within the realm of the grant. So, and it will. But at least these are how I'm looking it down. We want to install lockers on the second floor. This one, not this one, the one up there. The kids right now, we had, it was Kara Gallion's dad that made us these racks for these kids to hang put their little hangers on and hang their coats. You still can transfer lice, head lice. That's probably if we get, and head lice has been a lot better because we're taking those things and putting them inside a plastic bag. Okay? A big, nice plastic bag. So anyway, but the bags are going to have to be replaced several times. Hangers get broke. Stuff's still laying on the floor. We need lockers. Okay? Upstairs, we need better coat racks. We just can't buy a $35 coat rack from Walmart and have it last with all the junior high kids. So we're going to build in a coat rack.
Is their coat still fit in their locker?
They won't fit, some of them. They're just too much stuff in their lockers.
They need to be able to get their coat in their locker.
I think so.
Most of them they probably could. But my God, there's a lot of books, a lot of papers, backpacks. Huh?
Solomon,
I know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's right.
My
We got
students do that.
We got enough. Only half a locker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The juniors, no less, at Shacamac have half a locker. The rest of them have full size.
Adults probably could do this, you know, like high school kids, junior high kids.
Clean their locker and take something home.
We've
Yeah, no
had to do
kidding.
that before. So anyway, these are just things that we want to put in here that
Mine's one
staff
of them.
needs.
Mine needs a locker cleaning up.
You get it here come May. So anyway, we got on the Maryland's old room, which is now Amanda's. We got a book storage area up there. We got a real problem with the ceiling up there. So anyway, that's how we plan to spend $57,000, guys.
What's the closet in planning for? Just,
Because we've got kids' clothes that we want to hang up, okay? We've got them in nice little containers now. We had shelves put in the closet. Small boys, small girls,
you mean the extra?
medium boys, medium girls. Well, the thing is, everything's stacked. Then the sheets, because you know you got to change your sheets whenever you have new kids come in. Da, 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 da. So as you're doing all this stuff, this thing gets to be about like somebody's closet at home would be. Okay? So we want to get something we can hang the clothes up on, so we can easily find things out, because all of it won't fit in those little bitty things. You know, you can put underwear, socks, maybe some shirts, but you can't get the shirts, the pants, the socks, all the stuff in there. Anyway, Leona has requested it for organization so she can find it when a little kid comes in and says, I had an accident. I tried to hold it, but I couldn't. And that's usually
Just tell her.
kindergarten, first grade, and second grade.
Just tell her there was a board member that said no.
That's her daughter.
And if she has an issue with it, call her.
Oh, yeah, oh, she
Yeah.
would. She would. So that's what we're planning on doing, guys. This has been quick, dirty. Jim's been involved in it.
Should have kept her room cleaner growing up, right?
So the top half is kind of neat to do, the bottom half is kind of nice to do.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Some of it is, some of this down here is need to do. If we go in there in that kitchen right now, there's, even though we've had the wall tuck pointed, as you can see, part of this is underground. We've got paint and stuff that's kind of bubbling up. We need to find fresh wall covering I don't wanna say Marlite, but something commercial, that we can do it so that it doesn't ever have an issue with the food. So I would say that's one of the big priorities is kitchen. Okay, so it's not, and then if we are gonna do volleyball, well, volleyball's a big deal, we gotta have those lines done. Not that that's a lot of money, but, and the windows, we gotta get it done. Sweating pipes have gotta be done. This other stuff is just, that's what they want, or what the fire marshal has told us.
That was good to offer the staff the opportunity to make some suggestions.
Well, there was a method to the madness, because I didn't want to go to around all the rooms and say, let's see, 1 ceiling tile, 2 ceiling tile, 3 ceiling tile. They can tell me what they need. They can check and see if they need more shelf in their closets or whatever. Let them figure that out. It's saving a lot of time because everyone responded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, SBOA and BSU audit results.
Well, Madam President, would you tell them what, you discussed it with the CPA guy?
Yeah, I listened. Not that I understood a whole
Oh,
lot
no,
of it.
and I don't mean that,
I
but it
know.
was good.
But it was good, yeah, and it was informational, and I was glad I got to sit in on it though. And, you know, they seemed to be pleased with what we're doing, and was very positive, so that was good. Susie made me realize the lot that Susie's had to do to get ready to do all this, and then critique and go over with them, and then do it again, and final things she had to get turned into him, like in the next 3 days after we spoke, that he wanted ASAP, you know.
And I
There's
did
a
it the
lot,
same day because
there's
I
a
was trying
lot
to make
that-
friends and influence people.
yeah, there's a lot that she does on that end that we have no clue until you start looking at numbers and listening to him for 30, 35 minutes to go over that stuff, you know, so.
It's mandatory that a board member be there and, because they, you know, they wanna make it clear too. But just like I learned something that, when I reconciled, February's bank statement, I saw a $70 charge on each one of our 4 accounts. And it said, account analysis. And I thought, what is this? So of course, you know, I'm on the phone to the bank this morning. That's where our accountants ask them for our balances.
Are you kidding?
For $70?
For each account,
Gosh.
They had to have an auditor confirm the balance, okay? Because I tell them what the balance is. I give them a bank statement. That's not what they want.
Wow.
They have got, according to their standards, they have to actually contact the bank, find out from the banks, because I could have manipulated some of these numbers. So when they want an audit result, they want it directly from somebody at the bank, not from me, not through me.
So we paid somebody $70 so they
For
don't
4
have a computer.
accounts. Now, because I do work on working with people, we got them waived. Because I about died. I just absolutely,
or if you just paid one to cover
I
all
don't
of
know,
them, you know.
no. It's just absolutely, that's ridiculous.
That is absolutely ridiculous.
Because I know what that means, and that means, yes, I'm going to sign my name here that that account had
Right.
$104,000, 373, you know,
Such a thing, yeah.
a specific amount. Well, all I had to do is go to the same computer I'm going to, and I'll tell them that, and they signed their name. That's not worth $70.
Yeah.
Time.
So anyway, the
Well,
bank
good
was
for you.
very nice about it and said, no,
Well,
we're waiving
it ought to
it.
be worth it to them to have your business.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Because if they were gonna charge us $70 for 4 accounts, I would have seriously been upset. But anyway, now I know what it is, I know what it was for, which I didn't know when I
And
reconciled.
next year you'll know to call and get it waived.
And next
Be
time I will
watching
call
for
in
it.
advance.
They're gonna be calling.
Remember, don't do that. Well, I'll just ask him to send it to me and I'll forward it on with a little letter saying, remember, don't, we don't want an access fee. And I'll send it to someone that at least I know at the bank that can confirm the information.
Yeah.
Good catch.
Now, this SBOA and BSU, is that Boston University
State Board of Accounts.
and this is totally going over all of the financial statements you've had so far for the last fiscal year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Ball State requires, see, school corporations get audited by the State Board of Accounts once every 2 years.
But because you guys are accredited, would accredited be the right word here, through Ball State University?
We are authorized
Authorized.
through Ball State. Because we're authorized through Ball State, they require us to be very transparent, meaning tell me everything, and they want to know that stuff. Because the reason that most charters would fail, and we've seen 7 of them fail in Indiana this last year, because the renewal's coming up fiscally, they're not good, they got problems, or their academic, their academic
Probation.
assessments, yeah, whatever. Their student growth and all that stuff is not up to Ball State standards because they're very specific. So we feel real comfortable that we've done what Ball State wants us to do. But there are schools that, hey, after 5 years, 7 years, whatever, if they have not met their academic goals, then they should not be in business. And that's the way we've always felt about it. If we can't do as well or better, then why in the world would anybody want us to do this? Why would somebody send their kids here? And we've done very well. I mean, this will be our 10th year coming up. 10th year, can you believe that, Mandy? You're 10.
No wonder I'm exhausted and you're exhausted.
Who would have thought
That's next second in here,
Yeah.
the 10th one?
it?
I just want to say,
Yeah, that we've had kids.
thank you, Susie, because you and I and the board know that we would not have such good results if it weren't for you. You do a great job with all the finances, and I know, like Melania says, I know I could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you've learned a lot,
Yeah.
but that doesn't take away from what you know, and that you're very intelligent, and we appreciate.
Oh, well, thank you.
Because-
Thank you, sis.
There's
Where
reports
would
that
we-
have to be done.
Where would we be without
Deadline.
Susie Pierce?
Yeah.
But she's a strong leader.
Yes. So, and you always, I know you're always giving props to everybody else, but this is your baby, those finances.
Well,
So
this is-
take it for what it is.
Okay, thank you. I will just say the passion about this place is still there, you know, from when we first started, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, passion's still there. And it took that passion for everybody to get on board as to what we were doing here.
All right, but it takes a lot of passion to do those stupid numbers, is all I'm saying, Susie.
Oh, yeah, those numbers. But you know, having been a banker, that helped. Having run businesses, that helped. But, yeah, we've all learned a lot.
Thank you for doing all that. Mrs. Pierce.
Okay. Information.
Okay. I-STEP, first stage. You know how that goes. We're all still, everybody's in shock. You can't believe those questions. I mean, all the schools feel that way. And then we continue on in last part of, in May, we'll finish our second part of I-STEP. Yesterday started the iRead 3, or today did, this is Monday.
Yeah.
Started today. It'll be all day tomorrow
Oh
for
my
those third graders.
gosh, it's so wrong.
And
Why does that have to be? Just to get it in? Does it have to be
I
all
don't
day?
know, I don't know how many sections there are, Mandy's head and all that. You know, she don't want to put too much on those kids, but kids are pretty excited about it. I mean, you know, we've gone in and we've done the yells and we've tried to encourage them and tell them to do the best they can do, those kind of things, because we do want them to be successful. And Mandy and I have gone in a lot of times just to talk to them. Do not be nervous about this. This is not your whole life, but this is something you got to take seriously. And it starts now. You know, third grade is when you got to be really accountable for what you need to know. So, you know, we've talked to kids, and kids are pretty resilient. They get it. But we're all waiting for next Monday for spring break. Is that when Shakamak's on too? Thank you. And now, coming from what I call the real world, well, we get a week off in spring to do whatever. I mean, but I can see why those kids need to get away from us.
And why the teachers need to get away from them. Let's be honest.
Everybody needs a break. Anyway, April 5th is Career Day. Got a lot of people coming. Carla, are you one of them? Did she get a hold of you?
Yes, I
Okay.
contacted the Area Health Education Center at Williamstown, and they may be able to help us with materials.
Okay, good. So Career Day is something the kids look forward to. April 11th would be our possible lottery. Remember, we're now enrolling kids and taking applications now.
How's that going?
I think pretty good. We haven't had lost very many kids. No, but as kids get older, they're gonna want to maybe go for sports or something more, whatever they call intellectual or whatever. They do their thing, and that's okay. That's what it should be, parent choice. But we've also got a lot of new kids coming in, so. And on the 18th is Earth Day. Then our spring show, we are anticipating April 25th.
It may
Looking
change.
forward to that. We are anticipating there's gonna be one. David's been awfully ill.
Oh, I didn't realize
So,
that.
we're still, Mandy and I talked about this morning, said, sure, there will be, maybe there will, maybe there won't, I don't know. Anyway, that's what we're planning. And then April 26th, we were going to be off because we had no snow days, but now we've had a snow day, so April 26th is the day that we will make up the first one.
But maybe that's
I
happy.
don't want to.
I don't think she was real happy that day. She
But I had a 2-hour delay.
Which wasn't bad, was it?
Wasn't bad, I'll
Because
take
I
it.
wrote to her and said, well, at least you got to spend the day with your kids. And she goes, no, I didn't. I had to go to work.
But I'll
It
take
was
it.
a nasty day.
It was, and I called Susie because I had to be in Vincent's at 8 o'clock that morning, and we traveled 58, and it was unbearable. I mean, it took us 35 minutes to go from the restaurant to Carlisle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it had not been plowed, it was dragging the bottom of our car, you couldn't even see the road. It was awful, and I thought, there's no way buses can get through this.
Yeah.
By 10, it was fun.
Yeah, I'm sure, once they get through there and,
Mhm.
but they have to have time to make decisions and,
But even though we are our own school corporation, you gotta be cognizant of parents that have got kids going to other schools.
Yeah.
Families with children in 2 different corporations or whatever.
trying to do
and-
something with one group of kids and
Yeah, and
other
you
kids
you
going
just
and-
can't do that. I mean, we gotta be realistic about it. If Southwest and Northeast close, we're probably gonna close.
it's easier to send them all in the same direction.
Yeah, send them all in the same direction, yeah. So, anyway, that's all the information I know right now.
Okay. Well, I need a motion to adjourn at 6:32. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
April 15th at 6 o'clock, our next meeting.
Okay.